loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten, and today we are doing day 13 of the Days of Horror. Oh my god, we're at the end. The last video for the 13 Days of Horror, and this is so needed. So this is the Relax and Readathon. For those of you that don't know, this is a bi-monthly 24-hour readathon that I host that is dedicated to relaxing, self-care. It's very, very low stakes, and I need it. I've been so busy with the amount of filming and editing and getting all the videos ready for you and everything for the 13 Days of Horror that I am just needing a break. And so I'm so excited that this is now happening. So the way this is going to work, I am starting this at 12 o'clock on Saturday, and we're going to run until 12 o'clock on Sunday. We have a spooky game board. There will be a Google Drive linked below if you're interested in the boards, the prompts. There will also be the playlist of all the other readathons and stuff, so you can have a little look there if you want more information. And also, before I forget, there is also a Discord. So Discord is free to join. In there is a separate chat for the Relax and Readathon that loads of people chat and say what they've been up to, the roles that they're getting, and that's also where I'm going to be doing live updates of what I get. So that's all there if you're interested, so I'll make sure everything's linked below. But we have the spooky board. There is no start or finish. You just kind of take a little stroll through these creepy woods and you just kind of roll as many times as you want. Like, this is as long or as short as you want to make it. For myself, I think I'm going to start off with doing 3 rolls and then we'll roll as we go like I normally do. And yeah, I'm so excited. I might even extend this, so instead of stopping at midday on Sunday, I may just extend it till the evening time. We'll see, because the book I want to read for today has changed. So initially I said how I was going to be reading Such Pretty Flowers by K.L. Sierra, and while I still want to read this one, it's not what I want to read right now. So instead, what I would love to read is My Darling Dreadful Thing by Joanna Van Veen. This is a book I recently picked up because I loved Blood on Her Tongue so much, and I've really just been wanting to read this, but it is just under 400 pages, so I don't know if I'd get it finished by 12 o'clock tomorrow, hence why I may extend the readathon to finish at the end of tomorrow, or basically like when I finish this book is kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm hoping the prompts are nice to me and I can make this book work. I do try and make the prompts as flexible as possible, but there are a couple, because it's, you know, spooky season, there is a couple of little tricks on there, mainly the trick or treat prompt. That is the one that could really screw me. But let's just get to the first roll. Thank you so much for watching the video. I just hope you've had an amazing weekend, regardless of whether you took part or not. I hope you had some time to relax. But okay, let's get to roll number 1. Just a reminder, I'm using a 6-sided dice, but you can use any size dice that you want. I just like using 6 for this. But okay, roll number 1. Ooh, okay, we got a 4. That's not too bad. I don't know why I'm saying that. It doesn't matter with this readathon. Okay, so we got a 4. I'm starting off by the little ghost. And let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, so we could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Creepy cover. Or we could go 1, 2, 3, 4 for 13. I think I'm gonna go with creepy cover because that just works for the book, in my opinion. Oh wait, I was gonna roll a couple times. I forgot. All right, we'll pause. Let's roll again. I can't believe I forgot. But yeah, I'm gonna roll 2 more times. So we've got a reading prompt. Now I would like to roll to get a couple of lifestyle prompts. So let's roll 2 times. Ooh, we got a 6, and then let's roll again. And we got another 4. Okay, now that we've rolled again, so we've got a 6 and a 4. So if we go this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Enjoy a cozy hobby. That works with what I said that I wanted a lifestyle prompt, but let's check the other way just in case. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Morally grey. That's a reading prompt. So I think we're going to go with enjoy a cozy hobby. And then we got 4. So I could go back 4, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Spooky book. Or we could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is move 3 spaces, which would then be dark cover or exercise. Okay, I'm gonna go with dark cover, and we're gonna double up on the reading prompt. So I should have said at the start of this, like, all the reading prompts, double up as many times as you want, it really doesn't matter. But I have decided I could go with exercise, but you know what, I'm thinking to do that a little bit later, so maybe we'll land on that prompt later on or something. So for creepy cover and dark cover, I'm going to combine them and read My Darling Dreadful Thing, because I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit creepy and also very dark. So we're gonna go with this, and And then for enjoy a cozy hobby, there is a few things I want to do today. So I do want to do some baking. I also want to do some journaling. I want to catch up on my memory journal, which is something I've been neglecting for ages. I would like to go out, print some photos, and then actually like do some of that today. I also have a sewing project I would like to finish as well across this weekend. So there's a few different things, but I think what I would like to start my time off doing is reading this, and then for enjoy a cozy hobby, once I've read this for a little bit, I can decide if I want to go out, in which case we'll do the memory journal stuff. I'll print the photos, we'll come back and do that. Or if I feel like actually I want to bake or do the sewing. So I've got a few things that I would like to get done. I'm so excited for today. But yeah, okay, let's read first, and then I'll give you an update of my first impressions of my Darling Dreadful thing. I've not even said what it's about. I should do that. We are following Ruse, who has a spirit companion only she can see, who is called Ruth. Strange, corpse-light, and dead for centuries is the light of Rue's life. That is until the wealthy young widow Agnes visits one of Rue's backroom seances, and the two strike up a connection. Soon, Ruse is whisked away to the crumbling estates Agnes inherited upon the death of her husband, where an ill woman haunts the halls, but there is an attraction between Ruse and Agnes, and then someone is murdered, and yeah, okay, so this sounds pretty good. So we've got ghost, a romance blossoming, and we've got murder. What better way to finish the 13 Days of Horror than with this book? Like, it just sounds amazing. So I'm gonna get to reading, and I'm so excited. I'm genuinely so freaking excited for this. So yeah, okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch up when I have started this book. Like, oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited. And I really haven't done anything. I ended up chatting with my partner on the phone for like an hour and a half. So yeah, I didn't really do anything. But then I have had lunch and I have read a little bit. But honestly, in the space of 3 hours, I thought I would have done more, but it was nice just to chill and have a little chat on the phone. Like, it was lovely. I am up to chapter 7, page 67, and this is so easy to read. I'm enjoying this so much. The chapters are a really decent length. We also have a little bit of mixed media where we've got like this case. So basically what's happening is we're following Rue, and she's telling us this tale, and at the same time she's also telling it to a doctor. Mixed media elements where we're seeing the interview between a doctor and Rue. Rue has been put, I think it's in, I don't know whether it's actually an asylum, but she's been put for a terrible crime that's happened, and how she's mixed up in this, and they're trying to work out if she is actually insane or if she is pretending, because nobody can come to a decision on that. So we're seeing their conversations, and then we're having Rue's story being told, and this is really good. Like, I've already started annotating it, not loads. I've got 2 annotations, one for quotes that I love, which I actually highlighted one of the ones in the author's note because it talks about what a gothic story is, and I thought it was absolutely lovely. I'm actually going to read it out to you. So this is what Joanna Van Veen wrote about what a gothic fiction is. To be gothic means to refuse to be easily defined. That being said, gothic novels generally have at their heart at least one secret so gruesome it has been dropped down a well, locked away in the attic, or buried somewhere in the garden. Left alone in the dark, the secret festers until everything around it is infected with its rot and it has become impossible to ignore, forcing us to witness the most depraved sides of humanity. What a quote. That is absolutely gorgeous. So I've highlighted things like that, well, underlined and then tabbed different quotes that I love because the writing is just gorgeous. I knew I was going to like the writing. As I said, I've already read Blood on Her Tongue and I really enjoyed that book. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Joanna Van Veen is fast becoming a new favourite author of mine because the writing is so good. And then the other tab I've got going on, just the two at the minute, is Grey, for just this really horrible dynamic between Rue and the person that she calls her mama. Not actually her mum, they're doing it just for this ruse. So the person that she calls mama is a really horrible woman that does seances, that's tricking people into giving seances to like make money. That's how they make money. But she is really horrible, so you do see quite a lot of abuse towards Rue, and also things that have been implied that we haven't seen happen yet. But just everything around it is really horrible. Obviously, I mean, it's a darker book. I'm expecting dark themes in this book, but the way it's been written is really good. But so far we've been introduced to Rue, and Rue has this spirit companion called Ruth. Now, she has had Ruth for a very long time, since she was a child, and we get to see like the first opening bit is how Ruth and Rue became attached to one another, and Ruth takes possession of Rue at times of the seances so that they can pretend to also be possessed by other people, the loved ones of the people that are paying for this session. And it talks about the shame that Rue feels because of doing this, because she's lying to people. It also talks about some of the horrible things that have been done to her that people feel like they're entitled to do, other things that have been implied, and it's just, yeah, it's a dark tale, and you really understand like Rue is just someone that wants to be loved, and she's had such a terrible life and she's just wanting this connection. But she's met Agnes. There's this thing that happens, like Rue's pretending to be possessed by Agnes's late husband. After that evening, Agnes has now purchased Rue to be a companion for her, and that's kind of where we've left off. Now, the person calling herself Rue's mum is horrible. Like, even when we talk about Rue going to be a companion, she actually tells Rue, like, you're nothing special, you're a one-trick pony, you'll be coming back. She sees her as someone to be used to make money out of, and that's literally all Rue is. So you're seeing all of that. So it's not a easy, pleasant read, but it's so beautifully written. Like, this really is a gothic story, and I'm loving the ghost aspect of it. I'm really intrigued to see where this is going to develop, especially because the way it's been written, we know we're building up to some really gruesome events, and I'm really intrigued to see how that's all going to go. So yeah, I'm loving this, finding it a really easy read, could easily sit down and read loads more. So I think what I'm going to do is use the Cozy Hobby roll that I got. Because it's already been 3 hours, I'm going to say that for Cozy Hobby I sat down and read. You saw I had a cup of tea, I was reading, it's been lovely, so that's great. So I think I'm going to do that, and now we're going to roll again. I think we'll do another 3 rolls. I am feeling like it's a weird one, like I feel really like content just to sit and read all day, but also I wouldn't mind doing a couple of things. Like, I can't decide if I just want to read all day today and then do some of the more hobby things like I said about like the journaling and the sewing and stuff, whether I want to do that more tomorrow or whether to mix, I don't know. Right now I'm just feeling like a cup of tea, like do another one because it's cold. It's got cold out. I'm so excited. Give me 1 month of colder weather and I will be complaining about it, but it is really nice just to sit down and drink loads of hot drinks. So I am kind of tempted just to do another hot drink and then read a bit more of this, and then I think at that point I'll be wanting to do something else. So yeah, let's roll and see what we get. I'm actually going to remember to do all 3 rolls this time. So first one, oh, that went flying. A 2. Okay, we're really liking that corner. We got a 6, and then we'll do the last one is a 1. Cool. Okay, so we've rolled a 2, a 6, and a 1. So let's see, we've got 2. We could go up to reflect, which would be quite nice, or we could go down to bake/have a treat. Oh, this would be a good point to actually bake the gingerbread that I want to do. Okay, I think we'll go there. And then 6, we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exercise, always a good option, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, free space. You know what, we'll do free space because it's always good to have one of those in the bag. And now we've got 1, so I can either go morally grey or move 2 spaces. And if we do 2 spaces, we get spooky book, which is continuing on with what I've already got. Or we could go to morally grey. I kind of want to carry on with the book I've already got, so I think I would go to spooky book. We're going to do that. Okay, so we're going to go with bake / have a treat. And for the bacon, did I say also this angle? What am I doing? Don't know. But bacon, I'm going to be baking some gingerbread men. Now, I could have done gingerbread Frankenstein and got like some green icing stuff and do all of that, except my icing skills are terrible. So instead, I'm going to do an idea that my partner gave me, which is to do gingerbread hearts, but use food colouring so that the hearts come out like fingers crossed black. There was no black food colouring, so I've got a red and a blue. So we're going to go for like a really dark purple, hopefully. And then I've also got some white cobweb icing things to put on it. So hopefully it works. And then we went with free space and also creepy book. So creepy book, as we know, I'm going to carry on with the book I'm reading, which is this. So I think what I'll do is I will start putting together the gingerbread. While that's baking, I can read my book, so that will work for all the prompts. And then free space, I guess we'll see, because I'm expecting a call from my local bookshop to be coming through probably in the next hour or so, because I ordered a book yesterday. They're ridiculously fast. They're amazingly fast. So I will hopefully be going to pick that one up. And then while I'm there, I also want to get a few bits while I'm out and stuff. So I may end up using the free space for that, or depending on the time of like when all the biscuits and stuff are finished, we could use it for something else. Who knows? But I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, this is going so well. I love these days. Like, they're so chilled and relaxed. And the thing is, right, I'm the sort of person that if I was to do this on just a regular day where I'm not filming it, not making it YouTube content and stuff, I would feel a little bit guilty at the fact that I'm doing nothing. And that's the point of this. Like, the point of the readathon is to remind ourselves that we all need to take time to relax and to not feel guilty about it. And so it's just been really nice where you just have a day where literally all you do is whatever the hell you want. And it's so nice to relax and just like be like, you know what, I'm taking a day out where I'm not going to do any of my commitments because I don't want to. And it's so nice. And you actually have an excuse of, well, I'm taking part in a readathon, so that's why I can do it. So, you know, it's just nice. It's almost like you're giving yourself permission to go and chill, which, you know what, honestly, this lighting today is crazy. But I'm sure some of you will be going, that's crazy, you don't need permission to do these things, like just chill. But I think a lot of us can also understand that when you've always got commitments, when you feel like you should be doing things, it can be really hard to step back and be like, no, you also can take some time to relax. You can take some time off of all of these obligations. And like, that's not a bad thing. Giving yourself that permission to do so is really important. So yeah, I always love it. I always really enjoy it when this happens. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. We're gonna go on. And yeah, I'll check back in a bit. But we'll see how the gingerbread turns out. I love baking gingerbread. It's just so tasty. So yeah, let's go do that. evening. It is almost 9 p.m. and I have honestly done pretty much nothing with my day. It's actually quite hilarious how I had all of these plans but also have done nothing. I did have a nap, so I didn't go and collect my book like I thought I would. Instead, I had a nap, and then by the time I woke up, the bookshop was closed. So that wasn't gonna happen, which is fine. That's not really a problem. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really done much. I baked the gingerbread. I mean, they're always fun and easy to do. Like, I can't really go too wrong with the gingerbread, so that's always good. And honestly, I was a little bit hesitant with adding in the dye because it's obviously making the dough more liquidy, so I wasn't sure how it would turn out, and it was a little bit more sticky, but it's all turned out okay, and they taste fine, so that was good to do. And then yeah, honestly, that's about it. I have read some more. I'm now up to page 177, chapter 18, and I've been really enjoying this book. I haven't annotated as much in this last little bit, mainly because, as I mentioned, I was getting tired. I had a nap and stuff, so I haven't been focused as much. I also used my free space to watch Gavin's Haunted Castle release. Like, that was so much fun. Like, it's just ridiculous. He is so entertaining to watch. So I watched that. So that took up like 2 hours of my time just watching that, dinner and stuff while I was doing it, but honestly that was so entertaining to watch. So yeah, so I haven't really read loads more. I've read, I think it's like 70, I don't know actually, when did I last update? Regardless, I've got just over 200 pages left of this book, and I am planning to read a little bit more tonight, and then I should hopefully be able to finish this book tomorrow, because this is reading so easily, especially when we get the moments where I've got like the interview excerpts and it's all written out really easily. Like, it just reads really quickly. I am really enjoying this. There has been some moments with Agnes who says some beautiful quotes that I just really love, especially because she's Indo, so her mother was Indonesian, her father was Dutch, and she faces difficulties because of this, because her mum was a mistress and everything, so you know, a lot of people look down on her and treat her poorly because of it. But there is just a lot of comments that she makes about being Indo, about learning her roots again and really taking pride in where she's come from, and how Ruse doesn't really understand that, and she's like, well, you wouldn't, because you've never been in this position. But I think there's a beautiful bit, I'm just gonna say this quote because I think it was absolutely stunning, and it's not really giving anything away of the actual plot line, but it just proves some like the gorgeous writing that you're getting in this book. I should have started tabbing that a lot earlier, because we do get moments of that that's building. I feel like there's a lot of social commentary, there's like lots of little things that have been said that I just think are so good. This is definitely a book I would reread, but I'm gonna get to all of that, so let's do the quote first. So Agnes is saying, "It's funny. I used to think my mother was the most beautiful woman on earth, and I was proud to look like her. Only at school they told me that my very likeness to her was what made me ugly and inferior. I tried to eradicate so much of my identity during those years, but I am Indo, and that's not a source of shame, but a source of pride." And it's just so good. Like, there are just so many things like this book does. It touches on racism. It's done to talk about it. It's done to highlight how these things are just wrong and there's no need for them. And I just think it is beautiful. It's so well done. I would love to reread this book, especially I want to read, or I should say reread, Turn of the Screw by Henry James, because Turn of the Screw is mentioned in here. This is what I've used the pink tab for, where we have a direct correlation between Turn of the Screw and this book. The start of each part, we actually do have a direct quote from Turn of the Screw. Reminds me of what Joanna Van Veen did with Blood on Her Tongue. There was lots of references to Dracula in that book, and I loved it for that. Like, it was absolutely gorgeous. I love Dracula so much. Turn of the Screw I've only read the one time, and I feel like if I had a better grasp of this story, there are so many things that I would be like tabbing with this tab, because I feel like there are so many connections, like so many scenes that make me think, hang on a minute, didn't this happen in Turn of the Screw or something similar? But I haven't read this in such a long time that I'm not 100% sure. So I want to reread this and then re-go into this and annotate it, because I feel like there would be so much. And that is what happened with Blood on Her Tongue. Like, there were so many scenes that just reminded me so much of scenes in Dracula. Like, they were changed, but you could see where they had come from. Like, it's so good. I love it so much. So there are definitely things in here that I just feel like definitely be leaning into this. Like, you can see where the inspirations come from, and like things about the house and things. I just feel like it's very much there, and present in the book. So yeah, I'm loving this so much. Oh my gosh, I definitely need to reread Turn of the Screw. This is only a short book as well. It's like 235 pages. Again, this was really good, like really creepy, a brilliant ghost story. Like this was really good, and it's enough to make you question whether what was happening was actually ghosts or was it something else. And I love how in this book we've got that same question, but through the use of the interview between the Doctor and Rue, and how he is constantly saying to her, well, isn't all of this just made up? You know, Ruth's not real. This is because of your childhood trauma. And that reminds me of, oh my gosh, okay, we're going into deep dive discussions here, but that reminds me of You Let Me In by Camilla Bruce, which does the exact same thing, but instead of ghosts, we have the Fae. It's the exact same thing, and she's seeing a therapist, and the therapist is saying to her, look, all of these things happened because of your horrific childhood trauma, the things you had to go through, and she's going, no, why can't both be true? And that's exactly what Ruth's doing here. She's like, yes, I went through these horrific things. That doesn't mean that Ruth is a made up product of my mind to protect myself in this way. Ruth is real. I love this. Okay, I love the fact that we always play, I love it. Okay, I really enjoy it when books and authors just play around with that concept of what's real, what isn't. Is it because of trauma? Is it the mind trying to protect itself? Is it other things going on? Is it actually the uncanny going on? And yeah, I really love that. So when those moments are coming up between the Doctor and Rue, it's really reminded me of You Let Me In. And then of course the question of like the ghosts and stuff, and that is all tying back into Turn of the Screw. Like it's so good. It's so clever. See, this is why I love reading. This is why I love books. This is also why I love reading classics as well, because you can see all of the connections, how works of literature just continue to inspire us throughout generations, and I love tracing it all back. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I mean, this is like completely where I kind of like nerd out in books and stuff, deep dives between classics and modern books and things like that. Like that is one of my fundamental joys, is reading classic books, reading modern day books where you can see all of those connections back to our classic books. Like it's something I just genuinely love doing. Joanna Van Veen has really this month sparked my love for this again. The same with rereading Bunny as well this month. It's just been an absolute joy to go back to and read things and make connections to classic books, and I just love it. I genuinely love it. So yeah, it's definitely where I'm going to focus a lot of my reading next year, because I love it so much. I love making those discussions. I would love to do videos on discussions like this. Say for example, I reread Turn of the Screw. Let me pull this book apart. Let me like annotate it to death, and then I'm gonna come up to you with a load of lists of books that use elements from this classic book and how it's still inspiring. Like those sort of videos, like I truly find them fascinating. Not feel scared that I'm not educated enough to do essay videos like that, because there is a part of me that also goes, but you haven't been to university. Like, you didn't study English literature past college, so you don't have any full knowledge on this subject. You're not smart enough to do this, but that's also got to stop, because why? You know, that doesn't matter. Like, it's my opinion on it, and people have different opinions and stuff, but that's books. That's the point of it. It's art. Everyone is going to have a different view on everything. So yeah, I think I need to work on that a bit more and really like brainstorm what I want to be focusing on with my reading and just do that. And so yeah, this is really chatty. Like, I've been really reflecting, in case you can't tell, I've been really reflecting on my channel, my reading, and what I want to be doing and the things I want to be learning with my reading. Like, don't get me wrong, I love to read for just pure entertainment, but I also love to read for learning, for growth, and I've just neglected it. Like, I just feel like I haven't accomplished that this year, and I think that's also why I've had such lulls with my reading and like struggling with 5 stars and things like this, because I'm just not as active and engaged with my books the way I want to be. I don't know if any of this makes sense. This could also just be a load of tired rambles, but it is what I've been thinking lately. So I definitely want to do a little bit more reflection, and truly, like, the joy I've had with this and the joy I had with Blood on Her Tongue is making me realize that yes, I really want to get back into reading classics. I really want to get back into making those connections between modern books and classic books, and just seeing the way classic books have shaped literature today. It is so good. It is so beautiful to see, and I really want to get back into that. So that's like a little random tangent. But anyway, the point is I've had a very chilled day. So I have watched Gavin's video, I have napped, I have made the gingerbread, and I have read a little bit, and that's all I've done. So what I would like to do is do 3 more rolls. We're doing it in groups of 3. I love the number 3. It's like my favorite number. But we're going to do another 3 rolls just to kind of wrap up this evening, and then maybe have something to carry over into the morning before I then do an update, because I never update the first thing like when I wake up and stuff, because I need a chai and actually like an hour or so to wake up of a morning time. But I think the next update will be tomorrow morning, so let's do a few just to see us through till then. Okay, 3 more rolls. Let's see what we get. Got a 1. Oh, another 6. That was slightly out of shot. I don't know if you actually saw that one, but that's a 6. And then last one for the night. Oh, okay. We got another 1. Okay, so we started off with a 1. We could either go with trick or treat or enjoy nature. Okay, so for the spooky, I feel like I should go with trick or treat, but I'm also a little bit worried because trick or treat, all right, we'll get into it. We're going to do the 1 because it's the spooky board. We'll go trick or treat. Okay, now we're going to do 6. So if we go back, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 favorite beverage. That could be quite nice at night, I'm not gonna lie. Or I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 favorite beverage. Either way, we're getting favorite beverage. You know what? Let's go round the board. We're gonna stick to this favorite beverage. And then I got a 1, so I could go down to enjoy a cozy hobby, which would actually go with what I just said I wanted to do. Or we could do move 3 spaces, which would take us to Discord vote. I haven't done that yet. Or creepy cover. You know what? I think we're going to go with Discord vote. So we're going to go from favorite beverage, move 3, down to Discord vote. Okay, that's the plan. Okay, now I'm terrified for trick or treat because I put it in here because it's Halloween. You have to do a bit of trick or treating. The problem is, so the trick or treat, the way I've done it is it's a reading prompt. So it's a book you want to read versus a book you kind of have to read. Now, have to read, it could be it's on your TBR for the month. It could be it's returning back to your library soon, so you've got to read it. It could be, you know, whatever it is, a reason why you have to read it. And obviously, I'm really enjoying My Darling Dreadful Thing, and I don't want to stop reading it. But I have neglected my October TBR, so let me go get it. I still have 3 books from my October TBR that I've not read, and initially I was actually planning, because I had these 3 books left over, I've just not been paying attention to my TBR this month at all. So I was like, oh well, I'll read Staircase in the Woods this weekend for the Relax and Readathon, and you know, that'll be good, I can get it off my TBR, it'll be great. And I've not done that at all because as we know, I wanted to read My Darling Dreadful Thing. And then I have these 2, so we've got Follow Me to Ground, and then we've also got In the Company of Witches by Aurelie Wallace. Now, In the Company of Witches, I would love to read this time of year because I feel like it's just the perfect time, but I've just not picked it up. But I think realistically, what I should be doing is choosing the shortest book, because if Trick gets chosen, which my luck is terrible, my October TBR did go Trick a couple times, and this was actually one of the Trick books, so I feel like it's perfect for this. But at least it's short, so I have more of a chance of finishing this and then getting back to My Darling Dreadful Thing. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna go with Treat and Trick. And honestly, my TBR game screwed me. I landed on Trick or Treat twice because of my TBR game in October, and both times I got Trick. Both times. I'm genuinely quite worried. I'm genuinely quite terrified, because what if I get Trick and then I've got to change? I don't want to do that. Before we do that though, let's talk about the fact that I got my favourite beverage, so I think I'm going to do myself a chai. Do I want to do a chai now, or do I save that for the morning? Because that is my like morning time wake up beverage. I think I'll save that for the morning time. We'll have my morning chai, my favourite beverage, when I wake up in the morning. That sounds great. And then Discord vote, I'll get them to vote on what cozy activity I do, whether it's working on my memory journal, whether it's actually sewing some trousers that I've been meaning to turn into flare trousers for ages and I'm so close to finishing it, or whether it's I'll put in like a 3rd wildcard or something. Yeah, I feel like that's a good idea. Again, that might be something that I do in the morning because it's a vote. I want to give people time to actually vote. So I think this evening will just be more of reading whatever I'm reading. and then tomorrow morning we'll have a chai and we'll start off for the first hour of the morning with whatever activity they chose for me, and then I'll come in and update you in the morning. But right now we need to choose trick or treat. So you know what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a quick spinner wheel for trick or treat. I love spinner wheels, like they've just become my favorite thing to do this year. I'm just gonna repeat trick or treat like a few times. Spinner wheel is made. Trick or treat. Oh god, I'm so terrified. My luck is so bad. Like, I don't think anyone can actually understand how bad my luck is. Like, I mean, did I tell you? I think I already told you today. I did a 12-sided dice for my TBR game and I rolled a 1, a 2 and a 3 in that order. Like, genuinely, if there was I get some crazy low probabilities. Like, the chances of getting the things that I get is astounding, but it's always the bad things. Stop procrastinating. Let's spin. Oh my god, I'm genuinely terrified. I don't even want to look. I genuinely don't want to look. What are we gonna get? No! Oh my god, yes! Yes. Oh my god, look, we got a treat. Maybe I just used up all my bad luck of the day. Like, maybe we just used it up. Oh my god. Okay, that's great. I get to keep reading My Darling Dreadful Thing. I was truly terrified. Oh my gosh. Okay, perfect. Well, I will check in tomorrow morning, and yeah, I'm very happy with this. Oh, thank god. Good morning, or well, technically I should say good afternoon. It is 12 o'clock, so I should be wrapping up the Relax and Readathon now because it's been 24 hours. However, I have nothing to do today. This is the first weekend I have had free in what feels like forever, so I think I'm just gonna carry on until this evening. I think that's my plan. And also, to be fair, part of that is because I haven't read any more of My Darling Dreadful Thing. So, I mean, I've read like 2 chapters more. I'm up to page 185, chapter 19. So I've read like 2 chapters. 200 pages left to go. I really want to get this finished today. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do that. We're going to roll some more. Fingers crossed we'll get some more reading prompts or like a cozy hobby for me to read some more. I did add in a tab, so I've now added in a darker purple for those moments of social commentary around culture, the ignorance that can happen when you're in a position of privilege. There's been quite a few discussions around it and I just think it is really beautiful, like the quote that I shared with you last night. So yeah, it was just beautiful, so I decided to add in that tab. Like, this is a book that upon reread, like I've already said, with reading Turn of the Screw and everything, like, it will be definitely more heavily annotated. Like, I love this so much. It truly is just a gothic masterpiece and I have 0 complaints about it. I am so happy that I found this author this year and that Danny recommended this book specifically, because if it wasn't for her recommendation, I was interested in trying Blood on Her Tongue, but I probably would have put off reading the author for a while just because I've got other things to read. But with Danny's recommendation, it got me more interested, and honestly, yeah, amazing, fantastic. No notes. Like, I'm so happy with this. So I do want to roll another 3 times. Hopefully we can get some reading time in. I mean, 200 pages in this day, I think I can do it, especially because I'm feeling more focused in on reading than what I was yesterday, as much as I did read yesterday. I feel like I am ready to sit and just binge read. It's gonna be great. But I did start off the morning doing the cozy hobby that won on the Discord vote, which is probably why I'm now really ready to get into reading. So the Discord vote, I gave 3 options. I had catch up with my memory journal, catch up with my sewing project, and then also go for a morning walk. And the memory journal won, but I also went for a morning walk anyway. So that was great. But honestly, the memory journal, so much fun to do. I have to admit, I used to be very good at keeping like a junk journal / memory journal. I would update it at least a couple times a week, and I would put in from like different little bits that I collected on our holidays and things. But then last year I decided to swap to this bigger journal, and I just fell off from keeping up with it. But this morning, the reason why it's 12 o'clock now is because I spent so much longer doing this than what I thought. I ended up doing 4 spreads, and I still haven't fully caught up. I've got like one last holiday thing to catch up on, and then from there I'm hoping I can be a lot more consistent with this. I think it's helped because I've fallen down the TikTok rabbit hole of journaling, and I'm honestly not mad about it because I've always enjoyed journaling. I think I've allowed myself to get so busy that I've not kept up with any of my journaling, and doing this for a little bit of time this morning was so lovely. It was such a relaxing way to start the day that I really want to make sure that I'm starting to prioritize journaling again. It doesn't matter what form of journaling I do in the morning, whether it's what they're calling morning pages, which is basically just writing in your diary, whether it's doing a couple pages of that, whether it's taking time to do updating of my memory journal or a reading journal, like whatever it is, but I want to take time to do it every single day. And so catching up with this was just amazing. I actually printed off some photos, which is something I haven't done in years. So I used to keep a scrapbook full of photos and things, but just haven't done it in years. Then I turned to junk journaling, where it was just like receipts of things and tickets and stuff like that. And now I'm going to do a combination of the two. So I'm going to hide a couple photos because my partner is a very private person, so I'm not going to show you photos of him. But this is just a couple of instances where I've got like some stickers, and then I did a couple of my favorite photos, because if I tried doing all the photos that I want to print, like, I'd be here till next year trying to catch up. So instead I just picked out a few of my top favorites. So we have when we went to Paris. This is in Dublin, the library, Trinity College Library. Oh, gorgeous. Rome, and just some beautiful things. And then I also did one for Iceland. Seeing the Aurora Borealis was amazing. The Maldives, and I had to put in a little shark here because I got to swim with a black tip reef shark. So it's just been lovely. So those are a couple of pages that I did. I did some more for like days out that me and my partner have done. It's just been lovely. It was really, really nice to do. So I definitely want to finish off. I've got to do the more recent holiday, which was going to Bangkok for like the 4th time, which was amazing. So I've got all of the little random things that I collected from that. So, but I'm also thinking to print off maybe 2 pictures from that holiday as well. So I want to do that. And then hopefully from there I can be more caught up. I also want to be better at actually taking photos for days out and things, because I'm always filming for YouTube, but I never really take photos. So I want to get back into taking photos and actually just having it all recorded in here. I think is going to be lovely. So yeah, I think if I can keep this up, then I will treat myself to one of those cameras that prints the photo instantly, because that is just like peak journaling. So if I can keep up this memory journal, I will treat myself to that. But I'm not going to do it like head first now, because what if the mood just stops and then I've invested in a camera that I'm not using? So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I can keep up with it. But it's not just this, like I'm getting back into all forms of journaling. Like I've always kept up my reading journal this year, that's been amazing, but like all forms of journaling, I love it. You're gonna see in next week's vlog where I chat about the journaling, how I'm setting up a new little like journal system. Also, I'm gonna be going stationery shopping tomorrow, which will be in that video. So yeah, it's just gonna be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, this has just been great. So I'm really pleased that this one won, because it's just reaffirming the fact that I do love to journal, and that taking a little bit of time for reflection every day, I adore it. Whether that's, you know, using my tarot and then writing in my tarot journal, or whether it is my diary daily like writings, which I have fallen off of, or whatever it is, like it's just so lovely to do. So this was great. But that's why I haven't read at all this morning, really. So I need to get into reading. So what we need to do is do some rolls and hope that we can land on a few reading prompts and get to reading a bit more, because honestly that's all I want to do. For the next like 2 hours, I think all I want to do is read. Let's see if we can get some reading rolls. Let's see what we're gonna get this time. Oh my god, we're still keeping with the ones. If the camera focuses. Hey, a 1. Almost out of shot. A 3. And then last one, a 3 again. Okay, so we got a 1 and then 2 3s. So 1, I think I'm just going to go with enjoy a cozy hobby, because I've already done the baking one. And then for 3, I could do 1 2 3 for monster, or 3 for enjoy nature. I think I'm going to go with monster. I think I can make that work with the book. And then we've got a last 3. So I could go back to Enjoy Your Cozy Hobby, or I could go to Free Space. Oh, you know what? We're gonna go with Free Space. That was super easy. That was so good. Okay, so we got Enjoy Your Cozy Hobby. Perfect. I'm gonna read. Monster, I'm gonna make work for My Darling Dreadful Thing as well, because technically, I mean, monster, it can be whatever you think is monstrous. So I could go with the spirits being a monster, but I think I'm actually going to go with a character that just keeps being mentioned every so often, and that's Mr. Mesman. I'm going to go with the fact that he is a monster. He is monstrous towards Ruse, and while we haven't had all the explicit details, we know what is heavily being implied by it all, and he is a monster. So while he isn't a big character in the book, we're not seeing from his perspective or anything, he is someone that haunts Rue, and she's constantly thinking about different things, like things that will make her scared because it reminds her of him. And then we got Free Space, which means that I can then decide if I want to use that for reading as well, or if I decide to do something else, I can change it up. It's quite funny because this whole readathon, I've been using at least one of those prompts to just kind of fill in retrospectively, which has been kind of nice, to be honest. I've enjoyed doing it in 3s. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I will check back in. I can't decide, it depends. If I do nothing but read, then I'll just check back in when I finish this book. If I feel like changing up what I'm doing, I'll check back in before then. So we'll just kind of leave it for the mood, see how it takes us. But yeah, okay, well this worked out perfectly. I'm going to do some lunch. Actually, I'm really hungry, and we're gonna get to reading. Do you know what? It's so amazing when you realize that you've found a new favorite author. Like, it's so satisfying, because there is always that worry of you've loved an author's work and you've loved it so much that when you go to read one of their other works, it just doesn't hold up, which has happened to me a few times. But this, I can say, is an author that is just smashing it every single time, and I will 100% be pre-ordering whatever book they come out with next, because I just think it is phenomenal. Like, their writing, the way they write gothic literature is so expertly done. It is a way that I just want more of. Like, this is definitely a me book, a me author for sure. So yeah, anyway, right, we don't need me to keep going on about that. We know I'm loving it. Let's go do some lunch. Good evening. It has been, well, hours now. I have finished My Darling Dreadful Thing, and I really enjoyed this one. Out of the 2, I prefer Blood on Her Tongue just that little bit more, probably because it's vampires and there was like elements of Dracula to it, which I just love. Like, that's the way to my heart. But this has been an absolute joy to read. I'm really pleased that I read it. I feel like this was the perfect book to read for the Relax and Readathon, like the spooky edition of it all. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one. So I'm giving this a 4.5 as well. But Blood on Her Tongue's just that tiny bit higher for me. Gave them both the same rating, but if I had to choose only one to reread, I would do Blood on Her Tongue. But this, all the thoughts, all the things I've already been saying about this book, it just held up all the way to the end, and I really liked the ending. This was brilliant. I loved it. I would definitely reread. I would recommend it to people, and as I mentioned, it has made me want to reread Turn of the Screw to see if there are any other like little scenes, little tidbits here and there that I can pull from that book that I can pull from this book that connect back to Turn of the Screw. Great. Absolutely loved it. And that's honestly all I've done with my time. So it's been quite a few hours. It's like 4 something now, but I've just been relaxing. Like, I finished this, and I also spent a little bit of time tidying up, and I scrolled social media for a little bit. I'm trying to stop myself from doing that for too long, so like after 20 minutes I'm like, right, that's enough of that, move on. I definitely think like that's why I'm trying to get back into journaling and just doing other things that are just not on my phone so much. So yeah, but yeah, honestly, that's it. That's all I have done for these last few hours. So the free space was used to just, well, chill and do nothing, but it was great. So that brings us to the end of this readathon. You know what, normally I take the thumbnail pictures at the end of the video, but I feel like yesterday's look just looked so much better for day 13 of the 13 days of horror. So hopefully we're gonna find a bit of me just frozen somewhere that looks semi-decent. We'll see. Not the point. The point is I've had a really nice relaxing time with this readathon. I hope you have as well. Thank you so much to everyone on Discord who's kept me company throughout it all. It's been absolutely lovely to have you all taken part. Please let me know if you did take part, what you got up to for the weekend. If you didn't, I hope you've had a relaxing couple of days where you can. But yeah, this has been so needed. It has been absolutely amazing to just relax and chill. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. You've had me nattering on for ages at this point, so thank you so freaking much for watching. Thank you to those of you that have watched every single day of the 13 days of horror. It was honestly exhausting to film. Will I do it again next year? I don't know, we'll see, but it was fun to do. If you've made it this far but just don't have anything to comment, then you're gonna have to leave a ghost in the emojis below, because ghosts, spirits were a lot in this. There was so much happening. Honestly, the end was really good. Like, it was like so much was happening, but it was just so well done. Like, at no point did I feel like this pacing was off. Like, it just felt like it went really well, and we got more high action and high stakes as we were going, but it progressed really well. I feel like sometimes you can have a book that starts off slow and then the ending just feels too fast out of nowhere, whereas this kept it really well and progressed it really well into a slightly speedier finish. But even then it didn't feel too fast. Like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but I do sometimes criticize books for having too fast an ending where the pacing just feels too out of order for, not out of order, but just like in a rush to finish the book, which didn't happen with this. I feel like it followed really well. So that's also another thing that I really appreciate in books, in case anyone was wondering. But yes, leave a little ghost in the comments below if you've made it this far, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for all your support. It really does mean the world. An extra special thank you goes out to all of my Patreons. It's been amazing over there. If you would like to have more readathons, then I do have an RPG readathon that happens on the month where Relax and Readathon doesn't happen. It's a week long, and that happens for all tiers. If you're interested, you can have a little look and check it out. No pressure, but yeah, that's been happening. So we've got our next round of the RPG readathon happening at the end of November, and I'm super excited. Right, that's enough from me. Thank you again for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do consider giving it that thumbs up, subscribing and commenting. Those 3 things really help this channel out. My social media links, anyone I've mentioned, Discord, Patreon, everything is always linked below for you, and I will of course catch you in the very next video.